week of counting down to A-levels. This is the second last week already. Anyway, look at the new French braids I tied. And then I headed to school and studied with my friends. Then for lunch, we ate namki and I had my usual mee hoon kueh. And we continued with more studying. I was doing lit and this was on a Singaporean poem. Yeah. Anyway, after that, I went out of school and headed back home at night. Then, for dinner, we had some salad and this was the sky. A little dark, maybe my future. But yeah, this was the yummy salad. I really liked it. And then after dinner, I did more of the poetry and I did some CSC. And next day, I started out with more CSC and then I headed down to get my lunch. As you can tell, I'm so tired. But I had cai fan for lunch and then I did even more CSC. I was looking through like all the questions in the question bank and I highlighted my lit books and tried to do a practice question. Hopefully getting the hang of it. And then I did more math and I had yogurt. And then for dinner, my mum bought sushi back for me. It was pretty yummy. And we also had 粥鲜 for supper. Okay, next day, outfit check. Heading to my math tuition to study. Anyway, I bought McDonald's for my breakfast. And I was so gassed out, like, oh my god. But yeah, ever since I learned how to tie French braids, I couldn't stop tying it for that whole period of time. And we did some math practice. Kinda hard, I'm not gonna lie. Then we had namki again, but this time I had a lighter meal. And then we did even more math. And look at my friend using the whole cup. Anyway, yeah, these are just the weird things that happen in our tuition. And then for dinner, we had Homeroy. It's a Thai food restaurant near our school and tuition center. And there's everyone. Then I headed home and I did more CSC because the grind never stops for this subject. And here's just me trying to write out a whole map of like logic because it's very important for this subject. And then next day, heading to school again. This is actually the J1 orientation tea.
Is it actually recording?
Yeah.
We're studying for real.
Whoopsies! Anyway, looking back at those days, one of the best things was just finding people in the right wing to study together. And then for lunch, I ate at this Korean restaurant in the Beauty World basement, so good as always. And then I went home and played Nintendo Switch. And this is me heading down for my dinner. Anyway, I got money from my dad, so I was kind of happy because I didn't need to spend my own money on dinner. I got bak chor mee and then I continued studying for history. And this is the next day. Today we're heading to National Library at Bugis. This is a knockoff brandy top from Taobao because brandy is too expensive for me. And we had Ya Kun Kaya toast for breakfast. And look at this egg. Why is this so like dark? Anyway, this is just a study time lapse. I got like the corner table and I hate the corner table, like the side, because like there's so little space. But for lunch we had Genki and after that we went back to continue studying. And we had like a 300-page compilation for history notes. Yeah. It's just us studying and then doing Wordle. Then him trying to explain math to me because I'm too dumb for math. And yeah, I guess I understood this question a bit. Anyway, look at the view. It's so pretty. Then for dinner, we had Yang Kua Fu Malatang and we went to Kinokuniya as always to look at those cute little books. And after I headed home, I continued doing more CSC and called it a day. Okay, I had waffles this morning and I even continued with my CSC and literature. Then this is just me struggling because like, I hate life. Then this was Chao Fan, pretty yummy. And I did more lit practice. And this is how it all turned out. Oh no, it was history practice. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's history practice. And then after that, we had xiang xiang for dinner. I love the suan cai yu and the lemon tea. And I'm pretty sure we got like some spicy pork also because it's always so yummy. Then we went to Popular to grab some stationery. and I continued with Lit when I went back home, and I also tried to look at some GP bulletin, even though it didn't last very long. Then the next day, I headed out to study again, and this is just me on my way to find my friend to study together. Anyway, we are at Starbucks to study today, and this is just us looking at the Lit model essay, and then for lunch we had bibimbap. I had bibimbap at Food Republic, and then we continued studying. I was doing math, and it was a whole struggle lah. Like, it's so bad. And then I had Yao Yao, and I'm so happy. Look at the food. Then we checked out the Orchard night market that happens once every month, and we went to Kinokuniya. And then after that, I just headed home. Anyway, look at the view on the way back on the MRT. The windows are a little dirty, but it's a very mild sunset. And for dinner, I just had this soup. Then I did more math, and this is just me studying and struggling and studying and struggling and studying and struggling. The grind never stops, Then I tried to read even more GPAQ responses. And then this was my supper. It was red bean soup. Yeah, and I called it a week. Bye!